We are going to be creating blogs as a place to respond and react to the literature and current events, news articles, and nonfiction books that we read throughout the year. Our first step is to access the Blogger website. So if you will, from your search bar on Google, write blogger.com. We want to make sure to choose the one that is actually blogger.com. When you get to this site, if you're not signed in yet, it'll say sign in. I'm going to go ahead and just click create my blog because I already have a blog created. So I want to show you kind of what this first step looks like. So create your blog. If you're signed in, it'll remember you. If not, you'll have to actually sign in with your email address. All I need to do here is to record my password. Once I get my email signed in, it's now linking Blogger to my Google account. This page is where you come up with your title and your blog address, and you select the theme for your blog. The theme is just kind of what the layout looks like, and you can experiment around with that. You can change it later. Your title is really important, so give a little bit of thought to what you want to call your blog. My blog for our class is called Cooley Corner. I just used an alliteration of my name just to kind of keep it interesting. You can be really specific, like Sally's AP, spell her name right, Sally's AP English blog. You could do something more interesting. Just make sure it's school appropriate. For the address, your best address is going to be some version of that title .blogspot.com. So that's where I want to start. So if I'm calling it Sally's AP English blog, I'm going to say Sally's AP English, and it's adding .blogspot.com. Okay, so let's see if that will work. And it says it's available. If for some reason the blog address you initially come up with is not available, you just need to play around a little bit to figure out something that is currently available. No two blogs can have the same exact address. It's just like an email address. This is the design that I like. It's called Simple, but you can scroll through and see some of the other options. We don't want to pay for one. So these are all the free themes. That's definitely what you want to do. So I like Simple. We'll pick it. And then the next thing to do is just create the blog. Take a second. We're going to say no thanks on Google domains. No thanks. Okay, so now here I am. This is my dashboard. This is where I create new posts. I go to publish posts. I do editing. I can set up different pages, etc. So the very first thing I want to do, just to kind of get an idea about my blog, is I'm going to look at the settings. I want to double check my blog address, make sure I haven't misspelled any words or, done something silly there. We don't need to change anything on this page. We're just kind of verifying that our blog address is right. When we get to posts, comments, and sharing, here, the big thing I want us to look at is the comment section. We want our comments to be embedded, so we're not changing this. Who can comment? We want users with Google accounts. That means that anybody in our class logged in using a school account is going to be able to comment on our blogs. That is what we want. We do not want to moderate comments. Just based on my experience, it's really difficult to manage the comment moderation. It's a little easier just to kind of let other people post comments on your blog, and then you periodically just look to see if there's any reason you might want to eliminate a particular comment. Some of the reasons that you might want to eliminate a comment would be if it's someone outside of our school system whose comment is off topic, or it's an advertisement or some other kind of spam. You can always delete those. If they come across your blog, it's not going to be overly likely that that happens, but if it did happen, you could delete. Also, if somebody posts something that you think is inappropriate or rude, I would like for you to see it, especially if it's one of our students, because we should not be using our blogs in that way. But if you want to go ahead and maybe snap a picture of it to email to me to show me what was on your blog that someone else posted, you can do that, and then you can delete the comment if you feel like it's inappropriate. But we're going to be using our blogs to respond to our literature and to the other things that we're reading. We're also going to be reading each other's blogs and making comments to one another. So extending conversation, having another forum for class discussion of literature and issues in our world. So we definitely want people to comment on our blog. We just want to make sure that we're looking at those comments to make sure they're appropriate. But we don't want to moderate them. So we're going to keep that at never. The rest of this page we can just leave alone. So we don't need to do anything, but we do want to save the settings because we did change who can comment to user with Google accounts. Okay. The next thing we want to do is we want to click on language and formatting. We have to make sure that we're in the right time zone. The way that I will verify that you've posted your blogs on time is by looking at the timestamps. I will also be looking at the timestamps for the comments. So for the formatting time zone, we are in the central time zone. So we're going to find that and switch over to it. Our date header format, this is what we want. We want the day of the week, the month, the actual date, and then the year. We do want a time stamp of what time it is, and we also want that for comments as well. So we're going to save those settings as well. Once you've set up your commenting and then your time zone formatting, you can then go to theme. And this kind of shows you what your blog is going to look like on the computer as opposed to what it's going to look like on a phone. You can customize, you can change colors, you can kind of scroll through and see some differences of what it looks like. You pick the thing that's most interesting to you. This is going to be your place. This is an opportunity for you to show some personality. As you can see over here, you can change your background, you can adjust the widths, you can have different layout. I wouldn't spend hours on this. I mean, the main thing is going to be the words that you post, but you also want it to be a place that you feel comfortable going, that you feel like represents you in the best possible way. Once you've set up your theme and you've decided what you want that to look like, you go back to Blogger. I kind of click some different things, but I don't need to save them because I'm not really interested in changing anything. So we're going to go back to Blogger. Okay. And I want to show you how to make a post. On the post, all you do, you click post, you say new post, and you get a little box, and it's got all of your normal stuff that you would have in any kind of word processing program. You want to give yourself a title. Typically, it's going to be the title of the book we're reading or the title of the article that you're responding to or something like that. You type your response. Keep typing as you go. You can save it, and that holds it as a draft. It has not put it on the internet, though, so no one can see this but you. You can preview it if you want to see what it's going to look like, and that's kind of what it would look like. Your preview doesn't have the option to click anything, so any kind of links that you would have inserted into your blog are not going to be active in the preview window. So you actually have to publish it to make the links active. You come back here and let's say you close it. So now you can see that you have one post with this crazy name. It's in draft format, which means it's not been published. It was written by me, and here is the date of when it was started. If I want to edit this, I can go back to edit. Occasionally